Hello, and welcome to an old video. As you can see from the date at the top, 2019. I've been going through my old footage from all my Club 100 racing. This is obviously 2019, Sprint 60 lightweights. This is the final round of the championship at Buckmore Park. And this was the last time I got to use my helmet camera. And it was a pretty good race, this first race. Actually cut the corner nice and fine there, getting very close to the walls. Yeah, I thought I'd show this one off and see if I can make a decent video out of it. So this is qualifying. Coming up to Calf curb, or Cap A curve. Got a decent gap in front so we shouldn't catch him. Brake in turn 1 and then try and get on the power, steer with the rear of the cart. Didn't actually do that very well. But as you can see, it is a bit damp in places. Hard on the brakes. Clip the apex, running out wide, keeping as much momentum as possible. Steering with the rear a bit, trying to get in there and getting as good a drive out as possible. You see, I'm not really getting much from my exits here. Flat out round here, then throw it in left, close as you can to that wall. I don't know how I missed that wall half the time. Carry a lot of speed down the bottom, into Garda. You brake quite light there, it's uphill. And then run it out, use the curb, shortest line all the way to the finish. This is flat out as well, but you can do it wrong even though it's flat out if you get a bit of a slide or if you're losing time. So 46.9, which ain't bad but not great, and as you see 15th on the grid, and this is my home round. I only live an hour away from here compared to the rest of the circuits, which I'm a long way away from. But yeah, so 15th, look at all those carts in front. That's not good. I think the first time we went to Buckmore Park in this season I want to say top 5. Don't quote me on that though. But yeah, warming up tyres, you see that guy there nearly nailing the field. I'm just giving up the sign there to say going around again, so clearly someone's not in the right position. Taking some inspiration here from Super GT with the tyre warming skills. As you can see, still wet on the inside there, so if you're making moves down there, you're going to have to sort of think about yourself when you're going into there. But yeah, as preparing the car, I'm always quite keen to make sure I've got a good feeling with the brake pedal before I start the races, because there's nothing worse than going into the first corner and you haven't touched the brake all through your warming up lap and it's a bit cold and you go T-boning into everyone. So, building up for the start now, trying to be as close as I can to the car in front. Just to give myself a tiny bit of kart space just so I can drive into a gap. But as you can see, completely bottled the start. And yeah, this race 30 minutes long, so got a long way to go. It's not the end of the world. Big handful of oversteer on the way in, and we're just trying to find the space now, going down the outside. Obviously you've got to be careful because you could get run off wide here. Just trying to pick the space, find the space. Make myself a bit of room here, take advantage of these carts being pushed wide. And up in front here, these two get locked together, which catches me out a little bit. This guy comes back on track, gives us a right good nudge. Come round here, so close. It's so dangerous that when you get that close to the back of the cart. If you hook the bumpers, it's just, that's a big accident, especially there. But fortunately, I managed to keep it away from him. Yeah, we'll take a look at that actually. Look how close this is. Just adjusting the steering to give him the room. If that bumper had hooked round, we'd go hard left into that wall on the left hand side. That would not have been very nice at all. So, end of the first lap. 2 positions gained. Always good to see. Into turn 1. There's a big pothole this year when we were there. I think it's fixed now. I'd hope it is. But it was pretty bad on this time. But, so yeah, take quite a narrow line in. But anyway, watching the carts in front. He pushes him out wide, so we take advantage of the space, leaving room on the outside. He's still there, but he sort of backs off. He still hits us there, which is quite lucky that he didn't pitch us around. I love the fast corners around here. It's such a good circuit. I can already tell that I've got good feeling, good pace, nice kart. It's going where I want it to go, which is always nice. Not overly fast, but certainly say we're in the business here. So into turn 1 again, using the car using the accelerator to steer. Really close to the back of him there. Did not want to be that close. Just caught me out a little bit. But sitting behind now, no rush, although I definitely could have gone for a pass there. We definitely slowed up a little bit quickly. Through the S's once again. Yellow flag up ahead. You've always got to be careful if there's a yellow flag here, because it's a blind corner. You just don't know. If there's a car facing the wrong way there, you're having a hideous accident. So you have to be careful. As much as I know a lot of people just stick their hand in the air and go flat out, I try my best to keep myself in one piece. As you see, nose to tail now. What's this? 12. I'm in 12, so you got up to 8th. Is that up front? Such close racing here. Going into turn 1 once again. Hugging the back of this car, and he's going to make a move to the inside. We're going to pick our line, give ourselves the optimum line as we dive through on the guy with the blue helmet. And they hook together there. You see what I mean by the bumpers there? He actually hooked the bumper then, and he got sort of tagged and pulled around. That's what could have easily happened earlier. This guy, as you can see by the way we've caught him out, and I'm lifting here trying to time this. Yellow flag, so I had to wait. Get a nice run out of here. He's defending. He knows he's on the back foot. He's got quite a slow car, so I'm going to try and give him the cut back here. Stay wide and drive up the inside. And nicely done, really. But he does turn in on us, which is why basically if you have the carts side by side and you turn in on that cart, you're both going straight. So turning in on someone, especially at that point at a fast corner, is just absolutely stupid. So that's why I sort of put my hand in the air and say, "What are you doing, mate? Come on, that's silly." But anyway, moving forward now. As you can see by my lovely editing there, we've skipped forward a little bit as this car's jumped towards us. And yeah, already into the top 10, 9th place. Taking this corner nice and tight. You see this guy runs a little bit wide here, so we're going to take advantage of that. Get a nice run through here, open up the corner, dive inside, nice and early, get the move done, make sure everyone sees you coming, and all's well. Up into 8th already. Still got 23 minutes to go, but we're a long way behind everyone else at the moment. But skipping forward again. This is, I think, an extra lap now. Hopefully my timer is right. Fingers crossed. I've been trying to do a lot of editing for this one. It's very basic stuff, but it takes a bit of time for someone like me. Yeah, catching back markers. You've always got to second guess it. See, he's not quite flat through there. I'm going to hang it around the outside. Just get on the inside. Nice clean move. Now I can focus again on catching, I want to say Eddie Hall? Maybe. Not sure. But yeah, catching him up now. Another 5 minutes has passed by the looks of it, maybe, or 2 minutes. And he's going to hit this pothole. That's that pothole I was talking about. Straight over it, and it just throws the car out wide, gives it a bunch of understeer. And my line through there anyway is quite tight. I hug it quite tight, that corner, so I don't actually get caught out by that pothole. At least during this round, very often, which I think is more luck than judgment, to be honest. But come through this flat out section now, catching Chris Brown, I believe this is, who I had quite a rivalry this in this particular season. I was always battling him for the top 10 to 5 positions. We'd have pretty intense battles. I don't think I came out on top as much as I'd like, but it was very good fun racing with him. Yeah, we're gonna. Well, another jump forward now, and we're closing in on him slowly. So we've got really good pace for this race, and you can see in front we've got, I think they're for position. Next 3 carts in front of us I think are all for position. Might be about marker in between, I'm not too sure. But you're going to see now how we're closing in these two. When there's back markers in front as well, you want to try and catch up, because you know they could get caught out. You know something could happen when they catch them. So I'm really pushing on now, just trying to get as close as I can get, so that I can take advantage of any situation. If anything happens, if he gets balked or anything, I want to be there. I want to be there to take advantage of it all. So come down, 15 minutes to go, coming into here, and well, that makes it a lot easier. I've realised now this guy is a back marker, as you'll see by how slow he takes this corner. Oh, nearly took him out. I did not expect him to slow that much. It really caught me out. But yeah, I think Chris actually had a failure, because I think I see him, if I remember rightly, he went down the pit lane. But yeah, come through here on the brakes. That's how sort of much he's slowing me up, and I'm I'm not confident sitting behind him and not hitting him, because I've had to jump on the brakes twice and avoid an accident that I didn't want to wait for a easier opportunity. I just sent it. I just didn't want to wait anymore. But yeah, I think Chris actually had a failure there, because I'm pretty sure I remember him going in the pit lane a bit later on. So he might have actually hit this pot out and broken something. Whereas, say, my line's quite tight, as you can see there, hugging the curb. That is actually one of the better ways to take it. You'd be surprised how much time you gain just by hugging that curb. But looking ahead now, you can see me visibly looking ahead of my neck. Looking towards the front guys. Haven't caught them yet, these are 2 back markers. Once again, whoa, so close to that. So close to the inside wall. But we've got a lovely run here. Dive up the inside, nice and easy. Job done. Next back marker to come through. Over the top of Cafe Curve. Into the slipstream. You do sometimes get a bit of slipstream here, especially up top of that hill. And you can see he goes well wide there. He probably carried too much entry speed in. You'll find if you drive these karts, you'll find you can really steer these karts well when you actually get on the power. They steer well at the rear quite nicely. Now looking in front, I believe, is that who I think it is? Yeah, so if eagle-eyed viewers might know who the person is I'm catching now, that's Jimmy Broadbent. Jimmy was here for a few rounds in Sprint 60. I was chatting to him a lot actually. See how he's getting on. He wasn't very happy with qualifying, I remember, but I wasn't very happy, and I was 15th. I think I was only 0.5 off third, I want to say. I think Jimmy qualified a bit further down, but I think he had some incidents as well. Big she. This is obviously before he had his helmet painted as well, so he's got the big head helmet. But yeah, catching up Jimmy, trying to work out a way to get past him, but we both catch his back marker here, and I just want to set it up, so I went to set it up, and he set him up just as well as I did, so I let Jimmy make the way through, follow him through, and we'll go for the next opportunity, hoping to get an opportunity to turn 1, but I'm not really close enough right now. I'm trying, and you can see the slipstream there pulling me along a little bit, but he takes that pothole just like Eddie did earlier, and it just sends him a bit wide. So up the inside we go. I leave space on the outside because, especially with back markers, even people as experienced as Jimmy, you can always sort of get caught up in the battle and suddenly feel like, whoa, and miss your braking point, take someone out. There's Chris coming into the pit, so I do think he had a problem actually. But yeah, once again, swinging it through these corners. Love this section of Buckmore. I think it's where I make up most of my time, to be honest. Yeah. Skipping forward now, under 10 minutes to go now, up into P6, from 15th remember on the grid, so we've really pulled through in this race. Now looking ahead at this back marker, trying to think of a way to get through now. We've got a nice run out of here. Do we go inside? No. But he goes a bit wide, and I think at the point he saw us, he gave in, which is nice of him, because say some of them fight to the death, which is not appreciated, but you can't blame them, they don't know who they're racing. And so, to be fair, I might not know who I'm racing, I might have thought he was the person for the lead at one point. But yeah, these 2 people in front I know are definitely for position. So you got Greg Barnard, who's just died through in the back marker. This is actually Dave Hamer, who I was teammates with for PFI, who I didn't actually know at this point, but I do now. So diving up inside Dave, he always leaves. He's always pretty considerate if you're coming through. He won't try and ruin your race or aggressively block you. Yeah, I can see there's a battle going on here, so I'm looking to take advantage of it. And Mike goes wide here, trying to get some sort of cutback or move down on Greg. And he holds it around the outside, off the track. I'm not too pleased with that, to be honest. Like, I don't quite agree with like going all the way off the track to hold your position, but as you can see, me and Mike both going very close to the wall there. I'm looking at the inside now, at the inside, and to be honest, he wasn't playing ball for this day, but look at this amount of room he gives me to come back on the track. He wasn't being too friendly. I mean, I don't know why he was pointing at me like, oh quit, look, that way. And then here, he sees me up the inside, still turns in, so I just look at him going, come on mate, what are you doing? I don't think it was his finest bit of driving. I get why he's pointing at him to say, look, we can go with him, we can pass him, whatever, but you know, I felt pretty quick as well. I could pass him. If you weren't going to do it, I was going to do it. So we've dispatched him right, and now we can move on focusing on Greg, who's he's really quick in these cars, often top 3. And at this point I didn't actually know where I was, but seeing Greg I thought, well, maybe we could be on for a podium here, because I just didn't know how far up we are now, because I'd only been passing people. No one had passed me, and I just couldn't remember how many people I'd passed. Yeah, right, coming to this lap, this is my fast lap, so I'll talk you through it. Hugging it tight, getting on the power early, staying to the left hand side, braking just after the tarmac change, into right hander, carry the speed out, swing it out to the left, really take that late apex, carry as much corner speed as you can, shortest line through here, dot to dot with the S's, flat out through this right hander, lift or a dab of brake, and then throw it into here, close you can to the wall, hug it left, to then throw it back in right, wide exit, make the most of the curb, brake late into this uphill section just after the tarmac change, hug the curve, shortest run. You can see how much we gained on Greg, you notice how fast that. Probably got a bit of slipstream as well, flat out through calf curve. I've done a 46.2, consider I did a 46.9 in qualifying, you can see how much more pace I've got, maybe in this car, maybe the track's drying up a bit, maybe I'm just driving a bit better, I'm not sure, but definitely feeling good here. That's it, we've got past Greg instantly, which is, so you don't often pass him that simply, but we've got a lovely run through there. Coming into this next lap, and he actually gives us a bit of a nudge, right there. He does let us back through though, so that's quite nice of him, because I've seen other people where they punt you off and then just don't bother. So, friendly after punting. Yeah, setting these back markers out, I can see they've taken dodgy lines, so I've gone wide to open up the corner, get the drive out, so I can drive past them as clean as I can. And always I'm trying to get a nice drive. The best thing to do with these cars is get a nice exit. You can really set yourself up for an entry at the next corner. So right there I've got 2 cars straight away. I was hoping that would be in between me and Greg, but I looked at the replay of the Alpha Live timing and he was 0.4 behind me pretty much the whole race apart from the last lap, so I didn't shake him off. He was right behind me the whole time, which makes this moment even more crucial. Coming up to this back marker, he goes a bit wide, he sees me, defends. And this is just the worst when you're behind someone like this. I tried to get a little bit of a run in him, but he holds it tight, fair play to him. I just sort of have a clumsy little collision with him. Throwing it down the right hander, flicking it left, trying to think about this exit here. He's gone in quite narrow so we can get a good run in. He's gone defensive again, so I'm going to sweep all the way around the outside, no contact, right on his front wheel. Lovely move. I was quite happy with that at the time. But yeah, 2 minutes 30 to go, and we've cleared another back marker, fine style. And yeah, this was, say, final round, so I was really getting to grips with these carts now, because I'd been learning my way through these. These are the Rotax carts. The year before this, which I did 1 or 2, well, I did a few races with them, but only one actual Club 100 round with them, with the TKMs, whereas these Rotax ones were a bit different, and I think I got used to it in the end. I feel much better with them now, but I definitely didn't feel very confident under braking before. I think in this race I did though, so I made lots of moves under braking, not had any issues, so that's always positive. Yeah, 1 minute 44 to go, so maybe a couple laps left, 3 laps left. Just eyeing up all these back marks, trying to work out where we're going to be able to make the moves. I actually put my hand out there to try and signal that guy, please don't T-bone me. And I think he was sort of switched on there and saw me coming and thought, okay, right, I'm going to assume he's probably a leader, or one of the top, and that was even closer to the wall there. Might have even clicked actually. That was ridiculous. Let's have a look at this again. I think it hit him, drifting it round. You can see the opposite lock, and I don't know, maybe we skimmed the barrier there. I've never actually crashed into it, but that must have been as close as I'm probably ever going to get. But yeah, so still pushing the limits right to the last lap, but so we've got 2 more laps from now, I think. Once again, 2 more back markers, 2 more potential accidents. Not as I like to think of them, but you don't know what you're going to get when you find a back marker. Could be anything. So you've really got to play your cards right and set it up as far away as you can. So as soon as you can spot some sort of weakness in how they're driving, you can really make the most of them. So come down here, you can see they're actually battling. So this could be a point where I get blocked in. But we've got a nice run here. Don't look for the move. He looks for the move though, so we're going to follow him through. Give the other back marker a bit of space on the inside, because you don't want to, say, have a silly collision just because you've squeezed him for no reason. Onto the final lap, slipstreaming down the inside on the wet stuff. It's a bit sketchy. You can see a lot of backing in there. And then once again giving him space on the outside, because I don't know what they're going to do. So at least they've got a big area to try and aim for if they do miss their braking point. And up in front you can see, I think this is the guy that I nearly crashed into a couple of times, because he just caught me out with how slow he was entering some of these corners. So a bit worrying when I got up to him. I was thinking, oh no, just make this simple. Yeah, braking hard into the Garda, catching right up to the back of him. And looks like we're going to follow him to the line, so we don't have to worry about trying to pass him. We get a nice run, slipstream all the way to the line, and yeah, finish. 4th place, 15th to 4th. Not a bad race for me, and say that's pretty good for Buckmore. Greg here comes over. He comes right close to my car, and I definitely didn't think that he was going to give me a fist bump or something, so just ignore that. Yeah, I cry every time. But yeah, pretty happy with that. I didn't know where I'd finish at time, so I genuinely couldn't. I could have thought I was 3rd. Like, especially when I came out this corner, there was no one here. I was like, oh my god, where did I finish? But turns out it was 4th. One of my better races from last season. I'll try and upload some more, because I've got loads of footage from five or so years full of GoPro footage of karting. So looking forward to sharing that with you guys and explaining how all my racing goes, my thought processes throughout the races. And yeah, if you like the video, leave a like, subscribe. I'll see you next time.